Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jacub Holik, and I will make presentation about Android landscape. So I will try to introduce you what Android is and etc. Android is operating system for mobile devices like smartphones and tablets. We have also another operating systems like BlackBerry, iOS, MS Windows, Symbian, and others. But Android is today the most important. We can see it on this graph. This graph is since 2009 to 2010, and we can see that there is a really big growth of Android. BlackBerry is stagnating, iOS is also little growing, and other are stagnating, like Windows also, it's worse and worse with them. And this is in North America, and this is also quite old. The latest information is from 2010, and we can see Android has here maybe the highest sales in millions, but it has less than half of the market on the whole market of mobile devices. I downloaded also this table. I'm sorry, it's not a graph, but this is new information. This is comparing 2011 and 2012 third quarter. So it's this last quarter. And we can see that in the third quarter of 2011, Android has already more than half of the whole market in the world. And today it has 3/4% on the market. So it's totally the first one and the most important operating system for mobile devices today. And we can see that other devices, thanks to Android, has less sales and less part on the market. We can see also here evolution, how the source code base is growing from the nothing to quite biggest code. It's just for interested. And here is architecture, a basic architecture of Android. Is composed from 4 layers. We can see that it's based on Linux, how everyone knows. And important is the application framework part, because thanks to application framework, programmers can make really easily many applications for Android, and it's the most powerful thing because thanks to these frameworks there are too many applications for Android. I would focus on iOS and Android, Apple Store and Android market. Actually today it's not Android market, it's Google Play. And in October 2010 we can see 150,000 applications. Today it's
did you check today's number?
No, because I think it's just, I'm sure it's a lot, and I think it's not very important. I'm sure it's more than,
I think it passed Apple Store during the summer. During the summer they were equal.
Yeah, it's
about
possible.
350,000 or something.
Yeah, but I will also speak about these problems, about this market. Actually, yes, I'm sure it's growing faster than Apple Store, because we can see that Android market is open and Apple Store is gated. It means that Apple Store has some central control. If some programmer make a program, they must give it to Apple. They will check it if it's okay, security, or it can't be malware, and etc. If it's okay, they will put it on Apple Store. But in Android market, I can say that anyone can make anything and put it on Google Play. It's very good because for programmers, they can really simply present each other and make some money also. But on the other hand, there is some lack of security. These issues, security and privacy, we can see that how I showed the architecture of Android is from architecture point of view safer. It's mean, for example, when you install application, it will ask you which access it will have, and but in iOS it's in default open, and the access is the application has access without permission of user. But this is actually not a very important thing, because in fact if a user will install application, he want to use the application, and he will almost, if he's some like or something like that, he will just allow application the access. So we go back to the controls of this application that are on Apple Store or Android market, Google Play, and there is the problem that, for example, iOS maybe has in default access to all resources, but there are no bad applications because there is some central control. So user needn't to be worried about a bad application. There shouldn't be, of course, that could be. But in Android market, it's working like that. They will put application there, and then some guy must download the application, try it, and then put the feedback. And if it's malware, for example, at least one user can damage their phones or tablets. So it's not good philosophy to future. But since today, till today, no disaster happened. But if they will not change this, something bad can really happen, and some users can get really angry with that. Let's back to the framework. There is a framework AIA. This is a framework for Android that is focused for people that are that have no knowledge of programming, and it's kind of visual programming in two stages. We have first, because it's composed from some basic components, we just use interface, and we push some components on our table, and then in the next step we will implement functionality in the table in block editor. This is without some knowledge of programming language. You don't need to know it, and it was used in several universities like alpha version. Probably it's used still because they were successful with this. And finally, I will just say something about this IA. They tested on. They made some. We can say experiment. They make course, and it was course focused on women that are business women. They don't know much about programming. They are not technical oriented. 25 students and 20 instructors. And
they gave money.
Yeah, and yeah, important is for you, of course, that one woman made in 45 minutes application. Actually, it was the purpose. They wanted to make application really quickly and show that if we have good framework, we can make really simply application for usable application, not for nothing. And in 25 minutes, it was mashup. It's something with music. I don't know. You can download it, try it. And important is that if she won $1,000 and scholarship, you can try it also. Maybe you will win. And that's everything for me. Thank you for listening, for attention. Any question?